Thrifty Southerner back again with another Thrifty Thursday haul. And I got a lot of really great stuff this week. And I'll start off by showing you guys what I got at garage sales this week. I racked up at garage sales. In fact, I did far better than I did at any of my thrift stores. I got out on Friday and I went way out a little bit out of town to kind of a ritzier area and went to some garage sales out there, and I caught them really early on Saturday and also some on Friday afternoon. So, and I got all of this stuff at like 3 different really good garage sales. So let me see if I can group it by what I got. So first, I found, Friday I went to a garage sale and the lady had a box full of purses. And so I bent down, and the first one I pick up is Abbi Makowsky. And it's really cute. Abbi Makowsky. And they're just in a box. They're not, there's nothing like, no tags on them or anything. So I'm kind of like, okay. So I pick this one up, and then I see another one in there. And I picked this thing up, and I had never heard of this brand before, but I picked this thing up, and I knew that it was a really expensive purse. So this is a Oriani. This is about a $300 purse, okay? So even though I had no idea who that was, I knew that this was an expensive bag, so I just kind of flipped them both over my shoulder, and look at that. I mean, this dude's like probably 4 pounds just by itself. Maybe not quite that much, 3 pounds. But it's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Got a strap. Look at all the detail. Everything except for the O-rings are that shape. Let me show you guys the inside of this one. So I walk up and I'm like, oh, well, you know, how much are the purses? And she's like, oh, you have good taste in purses. And I'm thinking, oh, crap. She's going to tell me that they're really expensive, and you know, that these are like, oh, they're 20 bucks a piece. And she was like, oh, they're $3 a piece. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll take these. So I get in the car and I'm like, yes. And I drove away, and I got home. As I said, this was Friday afternoon. I got home and I'm taking them out, and I noticed that the Abbi Makowsky, so I paid $3 for each of them. I noticed that the Abbi Makowsky had a rip, like right here. The strap was starting to come undone. So I just took it to my local shoe repair, and I had them, they just cut the part off, and it just shortened the strap by probably that much, but it took off that part, and then they just redid it. So I was really happy with that. I felt like they did a good job. They charged me about $7, so I've got about $10 into this Abbi Makowsky purse. And it's super cute. Not sure if I'm going to keep it or if I'm going to sell it. This kind of fringy study thing is not really my style, but it's awfully cute. And it's got, these are silver and then these are gold. And other than that, it was in perfect condition. I think somebody just used it. There was actually a bus ticket or like a train ticket from Norway in there. So somebody must have taken this on their European vacation. So anyway, that's that. And then this one also needed a little something, not much, and it was probably something I could have even not bothered with, but if you can see these pulls, it's got these 2 front pockets. These little stitches were coming undone. So I just had them, and so this thing was sliding. So I just had them restitch that, and that was a couple of bucks. And that purse is gorgeous. I will sell that big purse, or try to, and if I can't sell it for what I want to get for it, I'll just keep it because it's absolutely beautiful. So those purses, that's what I found on Friday. So then I got up super early on Saturday morning and went, and my first stop, I also got a, let me see, I got a, what are they called? A Huffy cruiser, like a cruiser bike. I had seen some at Sam's and wanted to get one, but they were like 120 bucks, and I was like, I don't really need to do that this summer. You know, we've got other stuff and vacations and stuff. I got that cruiser for $35. I was like, yes, ma'am. I'm not going to show you all that because I don't want to bring it in my house. But anyway, that was a great deal I got on that. And then I stopped at this other garage sale. They were having like a community neighborhood garage sale. I got the Huffy at one place, and then I actually found a basket for the bike at another garage sale. And then I stopped and I'm looking through the shoes and I'm looking and I see Tory Burch. So again, nothing was marked. So I was like, well, you know, I just picked him up. There was a guy up there. So I was like, well, how much are these shoes? And I just kind of held him up and he said, oh, $3. So I was like, okay. So I grabbed them and I went ahead and paid for them. I was like, I'm not losing these. Went ahead and paid for them. Then I found this Coach purse and I paid $5 for it. And it's a huge like messenger style vintage Coach. Although once I got it home, I don't know if it was like this or actually ended up getting a pair of heels at the same place and he put everything in a bag. And I'm going to show you those heels. And I don't know if the heels did that, but I very well could have missed that. So if anybody knows how to just like repair that tiny bit, I'm probably not going to try to sell it because of the fact that it does have that there. Let me make sure you guys are seeing that. But so I got that home and I was like, dang, it's got like a rip in the leather. So anyway, I don't know if it was the heels or what, but so I found that second, $5 for that. And then I'm like, let me just cruise one more time through the shoes, make sure I didn't miss anything. And I see Manolo Blahnik. So I was like, well, I'll get those too. And I wasn't sure if they were authentic. I don't really know how to authenticate something like that. I've never had Manolos, but I did notice that it has this piece of elastic here to kind of keep your heel from slipping. And I thought that's probably only something that a really expensive brand would do. And I would doubt that if somebody was doing a knockoff that they would actually bother putting that in. And I've thus, since then done some research and they are real. And so I held these up and he said $3 for these, although they are very well worn. If you can see that the sole on these is kind of worn off at the tips. It's even worse over here. So these are my size, but they run really small. They're super tight on me. It says they're a 9.5, but they're probably more like a 9. So I don't think I'm going to keep these, but I don't know if it's worth it to have the heel fixed or to try to sell them as is. If anybody has any info on whether or not these are still, if it would be worth it to replace it or if that would affect the value of the shoes. But they're beautiful. I don't even think I showed you the actual shoe. They're like a crocodile and then suede, and then they've got crocodile on the heel. So those were awesome. And these were, they've seen some wear. I need to wipe them down. They're dusty. But I think they're so cute. They were $200 retail when they sold them. And I found some on Poshmark for selling for $50 and $60. But I'm actually going to keep these because I think they're a size 9 or 9.5. But yeah, they're a 9. But in open-toed shoes, I can a lot of times wear a 9, and these fit just fine. So I'm really excited to wear those on my cruise. And then, and I forgot something too. Well, I'll tell y'all about it. I stopped at another garage sale, and I got this Brahmin purse. It's got the Brahmin. It's got the crocodile or whatever, alligator, and then the smooth black leather. Really nice here. I have not cleaned up the inside yet because I zipped it. It's a little bit funky in here. So we got some pin marks, we got some kind of unidentified spillage in there, but I feel sure that I can get all that out. I have no problem getting pin marks out of fabric like this. You just use 70% alcohol and it comes right out. And then a baby wipe usually works for all the other stuff. And you can see the Brahmin. This is, I don't think this is a vintage purse because it was pretty, it's not new, but they didn't start putting these metal things in there till, fairly recently, but it doesn't have the bar on the front or the back like a lot of the newer Brahmin stuff does. It does still have the hang tag. So I got this purse for $2, and I'll tell you why. The strap was actually right here, had just come unsewn. And so, no, it wasn't the strap. It was this connector right here had come unsewn. And so it was perfectly still, everything was still there. It had just come unsewn. So I just took it as well to my shoe repair guy, and they repaired it, no problem. It had come unstitched a bit right here, and he stitched it back, and I noticed that the stitching doesn't match up. So when I sell it, I will have to disclose that, and it will affect the price somewhat, but I only paid $2 for it, and I'll put some elbow grease into it, and hopefully that will sell well. Again, if you have not watched any of my videos before, welcome. And I am letting people know that I have a Facebook group. It is called Thrifty Southerner Finds, and it is a closed group. So search for Thrifty Southerner Finds and then ask to join. And that is where you can ask any questions about any items that you might want to purchase. So, and welcome. So that's that. That's that. It's got a little bit of wear at the corners here, but honestly, more on that one side. So anyway, I have about, after I got it repaired, I have about $10 in this one. So, I thought that was a good deal as well. And now that I know that I can take some of that stuff to my cobbler and he'll fix it for just a few dollars, it opens up more things that I can buy, because I've seen purses in the past, but there's been something like that wrong with them, and I had not really ever thought about actually just taking them and getting them repaired. And now that I know that they do a good job, that gives me more opportunity. So at that same garage sale where I got the Brahmin, I also picked up this Sack Roots, and it's a crossbody. And it's got a fabric strap, and I paid $2 for it as well. There was nothing wrong with it. It's in great condition, and I just thought it was really cute. I like the little, I don't know if you call them flowers or what on there, but that was cute. So I picked that up too. And then I got a Citizen Eco Drive watch. She had a big bin of watches, and I was looking through them, and I picked one out, and it's a Citizen Eco Drive. And if you don't know anything about Eco Drive actually means that they're solar powered. And so as long as they're in the light and you keep them charged up, they don't need a battery. And it was working when I got it, but it's not holding a charge. So I did some research this morning about it, and it looks like you can do like a reset on it. So I'm going to get my husband to do that. And if I can get it to work, I'll pop it. It's the thing I forgot. I left it over there. But it's silver and gold, $225 retail. So if I can get it to work, it's a great watch. It's a beautiful watch. And so fingers crossed that I can actually get that to work. So that's what I got at garage sales. Did really, really well. I'm excited to go again this week. And I'm going to start out there where I started last week. Okay, so let's move on to what I got at thrift stores, and it's not a lot. Sorry, I just dropped something. Okay, so let's see. Yesterday I went to one of my local Goodwills, and they were doing a manager special that was different at each store. And so this store had buy one, get one free of women's clothing. I've mentioned before that I have to be in a certain kind of mood to go through clothing at thrift stores. Sometimes I'm good and I can look for hours, but sometimes I just don't have the patience for it. So I kind of looked through there. Actually, I saw this first item on an end rack, and I could see it, and I noticed the brand is Abbi. And if you guys are not familiar with that, it's a trunk show type of thing where you go to people's houses and you buy them, and they're very expensive. So I picked this up, and it's really cute. It says it's a size 8, but their stuff must run small because it doesn't fit me. So, really cute little blazer. It's got some detail in the back. And it's really good quality. It's like a melon color. I don't know what color it's coming off, but it's great. And it's like not a chambray, maybe like a heavy chambray kind of fabric. So got that, and then I realized that it was buy one, get one women's. Some lady told me. So I looked again, and I figured if I got a jacket, I might as well try to get another jacket so I can actually do buy one, get one. And I found this New York & Company trench coat, and it looks brand new. It's got the tie. It's got this nice button detail with the silver around it. It's an extra large, so it's too big for me. And I don't know, you guys probably can't see the whole thing, but it's a standard trench coat aside from the detail on the back. I'm sorry, the detail on the buttons. Really nice. New York & Company is a very expensive brand. So got both of those, and both of those were $7.50, I think, because normally jackets are $7.50. So got both of those for $7.50. Thought that was good. And then earlier this week, I went in and I found, and now I'm kind of like, wah about these, but they're pretty, but I don't know. They're blue suede, and it's like, I don't know how much of a market there is for blue suede, but I went into one of my other Goodwills, and so I got these for $4, and they're BCBG, but they're not BCBG Girls. They're BCBG Paris, which is a more expensive version. It was the original version of BCBG before they branched out with some less expensive stuff. And I don't know if you can see this, but it's blue suede. And then it's sort of like a crackle, iridescent dark blue finish. And they're really pretty. They're beautiful. And they actually fit me. I believe they're 9.5s. Yeah, they're 9.5s, but, and I don't think that they've maybe been worn a couple times, maybe once. They do have some scuffs, but not very much. Probably somebody bought these to wear with one dress to one event, blue suede, and never wore them again. So anyway, they're really pretty, and I picked those up, $4 for those. This thing I'm actually really excited about because it's going to be really functional for me. I got this when I got these BCBG shoes. And this is a Liz Claiborne travel wallet. And it's just vinyl. But you open it up, and I've already got all of our passports in here because we're going to be going on our vacation in a few weeks. Actually, in a week from tomorrow. But it says like boarding pass. I have not printed our boarding passes yet. Tickets. Then passports. Then cash. Then you've got a change purse. And then you've got a place for all of your credit cards and everything. And so it's all together. Because usually I take like a little folder, like an accordion type folder with me. And put everything in it like that. But it doesn't also fit our tickets. And so everything's kind of in a different place. And it gets a little confusing. So now I know. And I think it's cute too. And it's also got a back pocket. But now I know that when I grab this and put this in my purse, this has got everything that we need once I fill it up with everything. This has got everything. And also, I'm not taking one of my expensive wallets in case something happens. Once we get on the cruise ship, this will go directly into the, what am I trying to say here? I keep wanting to say the vault, but it's not. But the safe. The safe. This will go directly into the safe with our jewelry and stuff. And all of it's together. So I got that for $2.99. It was filthy dirty, but I wiped it down and sanitized it. And it turned out really great. So that's really useful. And then I only got one more thing. And I got this at a local thrift store yesterday. And it was in a case, and she pulled it out. And I looked at it, and it looked brand new to me when I bought it. And then I got it home, and I noticed that it's got a blood stain or something on the bottom of it. So I'm going to have to try to clean it. But it's a Coach purse. And I paid $15 for it. And you guys, it looks like it's not even been used. That's why I was surprised to see the blood. Look at this leather is not even... it's got no use on it. I don't know if she used it for like a week or something and then got that blood stain on it. Was like, oh, I can't use it now. But let me find it. It's got a little bit of dirt down here, which I can easily get off with the OxyClean. But I'm not sure about this. I should have looked closer. That's totally my fault. Didn't look close enough. But, hold on. I don't even know if y'all can see that. Right there. It's on the very bottom. Aside from that, it's in fantastic condition. There's the Creed. It's definitely real. It's got the YKK zippers that Miss Shops a lot talks about. And if you're not familiar with her videos, she has some really good ways of telling if Coach is real. And that's one of them. And then another one is like these rings will be totally solid. There's not any kind of solder line. There's no crimp. There's no break. It's solid piece of metal. So those are just a few ways that she says that you are able to tell if it's a true coach or not, which was very helpful for me, because I can tell other purses, but coaches are tough for me. And see, like this has, I don't know if y'all can see the YKK right here. It's got the YKK zipper. And I think she was saying they'll all be YKK zippers. Yeah, they are. They're all YKK zippers. So anyway, I know it's authentic. Hope I can get it clean. And I paid $15 for it. So that's my haul this week. I think I did really well. I'm super excited about the Tory Burch shoes. Super excited about the couple of purses that I had tweaked and I think turned out really well. Y'all let me know what you think about buying purses and slightly repairing them, and how you feel about that. Would y'all buy a purse that had been repaired? I will, of course, disclose that, you know, the Brahmin has been, you know, that the stitching has had to be restitched or whatever. But just want to know y'all's feedback on that kind of thing. And also, if you know anything about Manolos, I know Manolos were really, really in during Sex and the City, and then they kind of took a dive, and Les Boutons took their place in popularity. But I think in the last few years, they have been regaining popularity. So let me know if you think I should get this repaired and try to sell them and just disclose it, or if it's not worth my time. I guess I could take them at least. I mean, I went and picked up all those purses yesterday. I should have taken them and asked if they could just repair them and how much it would cost. And that may answer my question for me. But anyway, I hope y'all liked it. And what else? I guess that's it. I will be doing another haul next week before we go. And then we will be going out of town that Friday. So I will not have a haul for the following week, but I will be back the next week with a Thrifty Thursday haul, and I will see you next week. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed yet and you like these kind of videos, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. And until next time, keep it thrifty.